we're going to be talking about the div elements and the importance of the div elements in HTML. HTML, sorry, I'm calling HDMI is my head. So we're going to be talking about the div elements. We're going to talk about sections elements. We're going to talk about the list, the unordered and the ordered list. We're going to also talk about description list, and I think our last, we're going to just talk about that for today. And we're going to be talking about here the IDs. We're going to also talk about them. So that will be what we'll be talking about for today. So we're going to be fast, a little bit kind of fast, so that we can, so that the time will not keep ending for us. So the first thing first, I believe that we still understood what we did the last time in our last classes.
No, please,
Yes, we
can
did.
provide a little recap because some of us
Did you
nowadays
guys
still
not practice when you after the
practice
class?
though we practice, but then some of them we are not actually recorded. That was a problem. So
Okay.
we just tried a bit.
Okay.
Thank you.
So alright, let me go back to them. So basically we just talked about the document type. What we talked about was just about the HTML, yeah, and the elements that we talked about the last time. We talked about what the doc type means. That's the type of document, so that the browser can be able to identify that this is a HTML language. Then we talked about the head, the body. That just basically, the body is what is content or what it carries, is the HTML content. Let's just say container that carries other components. So the H1 element, we talked about it. H1 is the most important, then through to H6. You can use a H1 element. You can't repeat it. Let's say if you're writing on a website, you can't keep repeating it because it's meant to come. It's like a font that is the bigger font, so you can't keep repeating H1 on all the sides. You can repeat H2, H3, H4, but for H1 it's not advisable to keep repeating it on the side. Then we talked about paragraph. That is just a paragraph, is just a paragraph on an element. When you want to make a sentence or write about yourself, let's say you're going to write something up on the website, it's a paragraph that you will use to write those things. You're not going to use H1 because H1, H2, they are just heading elements, so you can't use them. It's a paragraph that you use. Then the image, we talked about image and the source. This source now is like you bringing an external link to attach into the image. Image is a link just when you want to attach an image, or you can actually use the image itself on the file, on the HTML, on the on the index file itself, that is on the VS Code. We talked about how to create a file and a folder, which I showed us this it. After creating your own folder on your desktop, that's on your file explorer on the system computer itself, you open it through here. Then this is where you create the files. You create your file, you create your folders. And for a HTML, you use a file, you create it as a file, not as a folder, because there's nothing that's going to be inside it apart from the coding. So it's not meant to be a folder, it's meant to be a file. Then for, let's say, like assets, the pictures, public can be like, it's a folder that contains some fonts, like font awesome icons. When you want to bring frames, use frames and the others, you can use start, you can create it as a folder, because you're going to be adding so many external frames to it. So that's just basically a recap of everything, because I'm trying to be fast so that we'll do what we need to do today. So today we're going to be talking about div, and a div is a container now that is used to group other elements. So other elements are h1, their images, their paragraphs, their input. So these are elements. So a div, now what I'm trying to say now is a div is a container. Like now, this is how a div is div. So this is a div. It's a container wherein all these other elements are meant to be inside. A div is a container that is used, it is used to group other elements. And when did you use a div? You only use a div when you want to group HTML elements that will share the same CSS style. We will talk when the time comes for us to talk about CSS style. You're going to understand what I'm trying to say. But what I'm trying to say here is that you only use a div when you want to group, let's just say these elements that are here, I want to style them with the same fonts, with the same color, with the same background image, with the same what other thing do they use in styling? So many things. I just want to style them using the same CSS styles. I don't have to start naming. Let's just say I will now go to CSS. I will now do h1 should be red, h2 be red, change it to red, h3 color be red, h4 color. Instead of me doing that, I just put it as a div, then go to that CSS style. I can just style it as div, and div normally comes like this way. The section, the way the CSS this thing is, it starts with an hash. So I can just, when the time comes for CSS, we're going to understand it. But now let's just try to get the HTML lesson. So you style it, whereby when you go to the CSS styling, when you want to style it, instead of you to styling all these elements one by one from h1 to h6, or paragraph or image or the anchor link, you just style everything in you just put it as a div, and let the color, let the font, let the title color be red, and you see that everything that is here from h1 to this input, they are going to be red. If you say the background image should be brown, everything here will be brown. That is only when you use a div. You will use a div when you want to group HTML elements that will share the same CSS style. So I hope we understood what a div is. Did we get it? If you don't understand, just let me know so that I can recap.
Yes, you understand. I understand.
Okay. The rest of us, did we get it?
Yes, yes, I
Yes.
did.
Okay, thank you. So that is what a div is, and how, just like what I said now, div can have a paragraph, can have headings, depends on what you want to use it. So I'm going to move into a section. A section element in HTML is a way to organize content into thematics group on a web page. And what does I mean by thematic group? It's like grouping them in themes. Let's just say you want to group, like now, let me remove the div. Okay, like now, we want to group this in section. This has, let's just say we want to group everything in section, whereby h1, oh sorry, okay, so admit. Okay, we want to group everything in section. We want to group everything in section. In section means, let's just say we want to have the about section. Let's say on a web page, you're writing I think I did show you guys how a div is. Let me go on on the, let me show you guys how it appears on the web page before we go on to the section page. This is just HTML, so it's not going to actually be very fine. I think I can actually share my whole screen from here. Yeah, let me try. Let me stop sharing so that I will see if it's possible for me to share the complete screen. I think that would be better. Okay. Can you guys see my VS Code very clear now? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. I'm trying to share the screen so that I won't have to be coming here and going there. So now for the div, this is part of the div I was trying to explain, but since the div will not be we won't be able to understand what I just said, because since there's no CSS style attached to it, so it's going to be a little bit tricky for us. Okay, thought somebody was joining. So we're going to move to the sections, and I was trying to explain a section. A section in HTML is a way to organize content in a thematic group, and I was trying to explain how you organize content in a thematic group. Let's say on your page you're trying to create a portfolio for yourself, and on that website you're creating for yourself, you're creating your home, the about section, the service you render, the project you did, or maybe let's just say, yeah, your experiences. Let's say you have 5 sections, and when you want to create them and when you want to write about them, let's say after putting them in a nav bar, we will talk about nav in another class. After putting them in a nav whereby it is the heading is at the flex, like it's flex up at the content of your website. Let's say you now want to talk about it on your home, you want to talk about maybe a summary about yourself. That is when the section come in. The section can come in, you section all those parts, you section them, and this is how you section a you section them in a thematic way. You don't put them everything, like you don't put your home, service, you don't put home, service, come in just a minute here, you don't put home, service, project, experience in one section. You section them. Maybe your home page, you can have, let me delete this in your section. Let's say on your section 1 can be about us, which is, it can be H1, it can be, no, it won't be H1, let's to be H2, because it's like a subheading now, it's not. Anyone you want to put, you can put it in H1 or H2, but I'll go with H2 for here, because I want them to have the same font, since I'm not going to be repeating H1 for everything. So let me just use H2. So it can be about us, that's for number 1. Then the paragraph, maybe you want to talk, the paragraph can be, you explain who you guys are. You can say we are a team of web developer passionate about creating user-friendly websites, all those stuff. You just talk, give we are a team of developers passionate about creating user-friendly websites finish. That's your paragraph. Then if you have other, when you're done with that, you write, you explain. Like your section is going to be big, it's not going to be just like this. It's going to be, let's go to the page. Yes, this is a section. You write about us. Mind you that it's looking like this because there's no style yet. Can we see my web page?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
This way, because there's no CSS style yet attached to it. If there was a CSS style, definitely we're going to see it very arranged in a section way. But because there's no style yet attached to it, that's why it is looking just like a normal HTML markup language. Then you can write another section again. This your about us. Then another section, another section, you can include another section. Another section, maybe you want to talk about your service. To talk about your service. This way you talk about these different services you offer. And those services can be in either an ordered list. We're going to talk about order list and unordered list, but it can either be on order list or an unordered list. And how do you can put them in a list. Then maybe web development, trying to get this accept word. Let me just accept this. So it can be like this. You can put them in an ordered list. Then you list them. When you list them, you check them out on how it is being listed. This is how it is being listed in an unordered list. If you want to put them in an ordered list, you can also change them to an ordered list. Ordered list is going to be numbered. So when you change it to order list, it's going to be numbered on the page. This is it. It's going to give 1, 2. Please let me just admit somebody. So it's going to, it depends on how you want to list the service. That is the section. This now is inside the section. So then you can go on and on and on. And I hope, as we are also doing something on our laptop as we are watching this or writing it, you can also go on and create different sections till you're done. You create your about us, you create your services, the services you render, contact us, all those things. They can be on section. You can either list for services, mainly you list them because you have different services you provide to the users. So that is just it. Do we understand the section part, or should I still say something on it?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. What about the rest of us? Do we understand?
Yes.
We understand.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about this ordered list and unordered list. So unordered list now is used for a list of items where the orders does not matter. And what does that mean, that the orders does not matter? Like, wait, let me remove it. This is unordered list. So you use this where the order does not matter. Let's say by default you want to list item. You want to go to the market, you want to buy some things to cook, or you want to get something, you will not list the item you need orderly. You can just put, let's say you want to make a soup or make something, you can just put any item first. You don't have to start listing them how you're going to, let's just say the same way you cook the food is not the same way you're going to write the list. Let's say you can write the seasoning can come first, or pepper can come first, or the any thing you're going to, or the leaf can come first, or the meat, different ingredients that you're using to cook the soup can come first. You don't have to list it like, okay, water, this, that. I don't know if you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. Hello?
Please repeat that part, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes.
What did you say?
I understand. I understand. I
No,
understand, though.
somebody said something. I thought the person said I should repeat.
Yes, sorry, my network is bad, but I managed to catch up a bit.
Okay. Okay.
You can continue.
Should I repeat what I just said?
No, we can continue.
Okay. Okay. So that is what another list is. Then each item inside another list,
Why
another
don't you
list
open that?
is wrapped in an list tag, like in a list tag. So these are the list. LI, they are the list. Why the UL is the another list. We have two types of list. We have the another list and we have the other list. The other list is the one that comes with numbering. It will number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just like that. Then the another list is going to show us something like this. It's going to be like just a bullet point or a dot on the web page. So it can display like this when it's an another. So the list item now starts the LI, just like I said, that stands for list item. So it goes inside an another list, or it goes inside another list. So each list is one item in a list, like just each LI now is one item in a list. Then we have the other list. So the other list now is, please just give me a minute. Okay, the other list now is used when the order does matter, like when they are when it's in order. Let's say for instance, this is when you now have this is when you have everything is in order. All the list now is in order. Let's say the first thing you do is you wake up. When you wake up, maybe you have the next thing you do when you wake up. It can be numbered. You can follow it list by list. That is when it is in order, because it's being followed list by list. So it can be wake up, brush teeth, eat, bathe, or it just followed in order. It's not like another list that you don't necessarily have to follow it in order. Do we understand that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Then
Alright.
chat.
So let's say for this now. So it can be like this. And when it's ordered, it's going to be in number. It's going to be numbered 1, 2, 3, 2, the n depends on how many. You can make a lot of lists. You don't have to. If you have so many services you render, up to 20, 10, you name them. Then I'm going to teach you how to add them. How to name your when you're sectioning them. I've forgotten the word for this thing. God, how did I forget it? When I remember, we'll talk about it, so that you don't forget, so that you know how to the time will come, we'll talk about those ones in details. For now, let's just talk about this first. So this is what an order list is, and this is what an unordered list are. There are different types. The unordered is UL, then the list will come inside the unordered list, or it can be OL, and the list will come inside the order list. So it depends on the how you want your list to be. If you want it to be in order list, or you want it to be in an unordered list, you can tag them or name them that way. So we are done with this section. We're going to be moving now to, okay, so let me just do a rundown or a recap about the order and the unordered list. So when in HTML, there are two most common type of unordered list and order list. So the main difference about them is just the order. So the other one can be unordered, the other one can be ordered. So an unordered list is used when the order of the item does not matter. So let's just say, like I said, give an instance before that, when you're going shopping or you're going to get something, you just want to show the items, like you just want to make the list so that when you get to the market, you won't forget why you were there. You will remember all the items or all the things you want to buy from the market. So it doesn't matter, yeah, it doesn't matter whether you number them or you write them correctly. You just put them down there, like you just put the name of the stuff you want to buy in the list that you're going with to the market, so that you won't forget. So that is what an unordered list is. You don't have to number them, or you just write them. Some of us can even write them in, let's just say, can write them in a paragraph form, but let it just be that you wrote down what you are meant to buy from the market. So that is why it is called unordered. You don't have to come in a way that it is listed. So browsers now, because a computer is different from us, from the human, so browser now would display this item now that we wrote like this on a computer, as with a bullet point, like it will describe it. I'm coming. It will describe it in a bullet form. It will show it like in a bullet form, the way we just saw now, like this. This is how a browser, sorry, is still on order. So this is how a browser will identify an unordered list. It will see it like in a bullet form. So each item will stand out clearly. While on the other hand, an order list is used when the order does matter. So this is perfect for step-by-step instruction. Let's say you're teaching somebody how to cook. You have to take it step by step. You have to tell the person, okay, this is how you make this food. The water coming first, the salt go next, the seasoning go next, this and that go next, like that, till the final product of whatever thing you're going to cook. So it's like ranking list or anything where the sequence is important. So browser now will display this with numbers by default, so it's making it easier for readers to follow along, so that they will know that number one, first thing first. This is where it becomes an order list. So the browser will see it, it will display it like this. Okay, Olaleka, please, your hand is up. Do you have anything to say or have a question? Go ahead and.
Yeah, please, I have something to say, ma. Good evening, ma.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Yes, ma. Please, I just finished praying now, so I've missed a lot. I don't know, maybe you recall something for us.
Yes, I'm recording actually.
Okay, okay.
All right.
That's what I want to ask. Thank you,
Okay.
ma. I'm still with you, ma.
All
Thank you.
right, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So this is where the ordered list comes in. A browser now will see it, like, will number it so that when people are reading, you can understand. You know that number one instruction is for you to do this. Your number one instruction is that when you sleep, the first thing you do is when you wake up, either you pray, you brush your teeth, you bathe, you have your breakfast, you go to school or you go to work. It's like step by step instruction. So that's just basically what ordered and unordered list is. Then after this, we are going to go into a semantic element to talk about what a semantic element is and why they are important in HTML. So a semantic element in HTML is an element that clearly describes its meaning and the type of content it contains, so both browsers and humans can understand. Yeah. So in a semantic element we have header. That was when I was talking about. I'm going to remove this. In a semantic element we have things like header, we have things like nav, we have an element like nav, the nav bar, we have the main section, the main, we have articles. These are where we write blogs and the rest. Seems somebody is trying to join. So sorry. So this is where we have the header, the nav, the main, the articles. So for the header now, it's for the top section of a page, like a logo or a title. Okay, let me write something. Let me remove this first. Let me cut it so that I'll put it back. Let's say in a header now you have a title, like a logo. I think I will add a logo here, like a logo or a title. Let's just say I want it to be I just need a logo for that header. It does not have to be very big, or how will I even explain it? Doesn't have to be very big. So it can just be like my title. It can just be like welcome to my website. Yeah. Just saying welcome to my website. Let's go online to just be here. It's like a title. It's because, just like what I said, that is because we are not yet using CSS. That's why it's looking like this. When you style it, you understand what you're trying to say. But the header is just like a title. Let's say you have website whereby they have headers. Like a header is just like a section that is just a title. It's just giving you, it's just the head. That's just it, just the head. Then inside this head now you have paragraphs that you can write other things, right? Maybe write a little bit of what your website is all about under it. So that's what a header is. What did you say,
But sasa
sir? I didn't get you. Are you talking to me? Okay, let's continue. So that's what a header is. Then a nav bar. A nav is for navigation menus. Like you people should just pardon me. Okay, keep giving me as if somebody is coming in. So for a nav bar now, please a moment, please. It's just for the navigation bar. Just like now we have, this is where all your section are going to. Let's say you have a section, you have sorry, I'm saying a section. Yeah, it's actually a section, but it's not a section in the main body or in the main section itself. It's just like enough bar is like the navigation menus, whereby you have your home. Wait, let me remove this. Nav, whereby you can have your home. It will be under a nav. You have your services. You have, yes, this is how it's going to be arranged. It's going to be in a nav. Like if you click on a website, you will see that. Let's just let me to see how I can get a website to. Let me do a new window. Okay, can you guys still see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I'm just trying to use an example of a website. Should have used something. Not that. Okay. You are seeing the site I'm searching on. And these are nav bars. These are navigation menu. These are nav menus. Because it's just a navigation. It's telling you what is inside the website. Like you get to see the about. You can click here. It can take you to the about section. You can click on the product. It takes you. It brings out different products that it offers. You can choose anyone. Brings the service. Can you guys still see my screen? What I'm doing?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Go to the services. So these are navigations menus. They are not actually like. It's just showing you, like let's just say you have a map that's showing you the location or what you're looking for. So this is what something like this is. A navigation menus is. It will tell you what is inside the website, so you get to click. It will take you to the different thing you're looking for. So that's just it. So we can have think, let's just name all of them. Can have another nav can be services. Can have another one that can carry your contact. Can have another one that can carry your maybe project. It will just, all of them are navigation menus, so it will just be arranged. Why it is like this is because of there is no styling yet. I told us that there is no styling yet. When we style it and flex it, we're going to see that it's going to be in a horizontal, in a vertical way, just like the way a website is. It's going to align well for us, but there is no CSS styling yet. We are just mainly using HTML alone. For this, we are still learning this. I don't want to include CSS whereby we'll get confused, so we need to get one at a time first. So this is what the navigation does. When you want to create a website, this is the first thing you do first on your website. You have the navigation menus, because this is where you will write all the things you offer, or all the things you're going to write about in your website. You're going to have your home section, your services, your contact, your project, the experience, contact you, all the things. You're going to have them on your nav. When you're done with your nav, then you have your headings. That's where you tell people welcome to my it's just like it's a little summary. It can be a little summary or just a title or a logo. The header can be a logo or be anything you want to attach to on your website. Then when you add that, you can move to the main move to the main. You can move to the main. Sorry, you can move to the main. The main now is for the main content of the page. Just like the way we have a section, you can have the main. The main is just, that's where you start writing all the things you want to be in your website. Then you have articles. Articles are just for a self-contained piece of content, like a blog post. That's where the article can come in. Then there's also a footer. Another part of semantic element is a footer. The footer, we all know what the footer is. If you don't know what the footer is the bottom section of a page. Just let me go back. Think I have to open another window. Okay, let me see if I will see a footer here. This here are nav menus. So this blog post now that we are seeing here, this blog post is under an article. So these are nav menu. So this is what is called a footer. A footer is this bottom section of the page. Like some people, yes, this is a copyright. You have the copyright info to tell you it is being created by blah blah blah, and the year is being created. So from here down is called the footer section. So it's the bottom section of a page. So that is it for this. I hope we understood that part.
Yes.
Okay. If you don't understand, please, you can ask a question. I'm waiting for us. Do we understand everything I just said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can somebody share his or her screen and do something of this particular thing that we just did now? I want to see, because we've been quiet. It's just as if I'm talking. I won't even know if we're actually doing it, because this one will come back. Seems we are not actually even going to make research on our own. So I want somebody to volunteer. The one you don't understand, you can actually write something, yeah, from the last till this particular class. The one you don't understand, we are here to guide. I think that will help, because teaching, we need to code. There will be a time where I will not be explaining again. We'll just be coding and coding and coding. That's why I'm taking our time now to explain the things we need to know, so that when we'll be coding, you'll not be asking me, ma, why is there a nav? What is the meaning of nav? Why is there main? What does main stand for? Because by then I will believe that we all knows what all these elements stands for, and by then we'll be coding, and we'll not have time to be telling ourselves what the nav does for the website, what the main, what article, what footer does for the website. So now is the time for us to be asking questions, so that you will know those things, so that when we start coding and we are adding some elements to some things, you'll not be asking, why is it this one like, why is this one so, why is it like this? So now it's time for question and some practice. Somebody can volunteer his or herself and share your screen. I can stop sharing mine. You share your screen and you start from the top, even from the last class till today's own. The one you don't understand, I go back, I re-explain it again, I recap, so that all of us will be carried along. Because when the time comes for the real coding, we won't have time to be explaining some elements. So this is the time now for the explanation, so that we'll be carried along on different things. Because when you know all these elements, that's when coding can be sweet for you, right? Because you already know why this thing is there and why this one is not meant to be there, when you're meant to use this and when you're not meant to use this. If you don't know this, if you don't have an idea about this, it's going to be difficult for you. You can use nav even on your articles on your main to not make sense. You don't, because you don't know what the nav button or the nav menus is supposed to be or supposed to do. You're putting it in another thing that is not meant to be there. So now is the time for us to ask questions and practice. I'm waiting for that person that will volunteer.